What's up, all my NV users? My name is DJ Brock out of Massillon, Ohio, located in the United States. This one going out to all of my Facebook NVers in the Facebook group. Basically, I saw the other day one of the guys had pretty much a skin, and everybody's like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" One person had been asking about actual decals for the platters. So, me being the guy I am, and I own a vinyl graphic decal shop, I decided that I would test out and try and make my own, and if it worked out good, that I would maybe start posting them on eBay and trying to sell them to the DJs out there that want to personalize their board. I did some research in eBay. I've came up with nothing. I really haven't found anyone that's really making the skins for the platters. I'm sure there are people out there that are doing it. So I just decided to give it a shot, and what do you know, it worked out great. I made two different kinds of sets. A little bit about myself. I own a DJ company in the United States called Party Every Night DJs. My website is www.partyeverynightdjs.com. I've been using the NV for a few months now. I run a Windows 8.1 Acer computer. I know a lot of people have had problems with the Numark. At first, I did have problems with what's called the blue screen of death, which I have not had any more problems since I updated the firmware, and I quit running so many processes and tasks in the background. So before I would do a gig from here on, I pretty much restart my computer, make sure there's no updates needed by Windows. I'll turn the NV on, leaving it unplugged from the USB, letting it go into display mode, plug it into USB, and then go from there. I do not use Serato. I use Virtual DJ 8. I don't have any problems with 8. I feel I have a lot more control when it comes to, I do weddings, but I do karaoke as well. I can make karaoke lists. I love the auto mix feature on there better. I love how I can access the different samplers. I can create buttloads of different sampler folders. It does a great job of saving all my hot cues, etc. So I like Virtual DJ 8. I'm not a huge Serato fan. So pretty much back to the decals. I know a lot of people like to personalize their stuff and make their stuff their own. How many people have these NVs out there and they all look the same? So why not try and personalize them the way you want them to look? So I have two different kind of versions of decals that I'm going to put out to market on eBay. The first one is pretty much just going to be a simple cutout, which is going to still leave the Numark symbol, but then also we'll be able to customize your name in whatever different font. We could put on here a website. I mean, not a lot of people are going to look directly at your platters except you, but this is kind of a cool effect for when you take a picture of your NV, your name's on there. We can set registration marks, which are pretty much like the notches you would see on the old school vinyl turntables that help you help you scratch better. A lot of people, they get lost. I know this does a good job of displaying your waveform, but some people get lost on where they're supposed to come back to. So we can even make little notches for you if you wanted one directly centered. That way you could use that kind of as a registration mark tool. I'm pretty much going to show you how to apply these. Now the first version, which is this version, now keep in mind I can only do die cut vinyl. I can't do digital printouts onto the vinyl and make like multicolored graphic design platter decals. I can only do the die cut, which is simply just cutting out pieces of the vinyl. So when this one's applied, this silver will show through these white parts. Obviously here will be the Numark symbol. And then I'll have a different version where we'll do layering. So I'll send you two different pieces of vinyl for just the one platter. Now you'll get a set. You'll get them for both platters. But it'll basically be a layering where we'll layer down one color on here to help kind of mask the Numark symbol. It might show through a little bit. And then we'll basically do a top piece where you can kind of put a logo, etc. So on this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to layer the white first and then put the black, so it'll be a white Batman symbol that shows through. It's very easy to apply. very common knowledge, so you shouldn't have too rough of a time. You might, if you don't lay it down right, you might end up getting some sort of crease, which won't be fixable, so you do got to take your time. But you might get little air pocket bubbles that can easily be worked out with if you have some kind of squeegee, or if you have a credit card. Sometimes just your thumbnail alone, you could work out the bubbles. I know the questions are going to be, are they removable and reusable? No, they are not reusable, which is why the price point isn't going to be too, high for them. But they will be removable. They won't leave any kind of sticky residue on your platter itself. When it comes to the sensitivity on the jog, etc., you will still have the same sensitivity. This isn't a very thick decal. It can be used as kind of a protectant in a way, but it'll also give you the same sensitivity that you're looking for when it comes to your scratch mode, etc. So the decals I have today, I'm using a matte finish, so it's not as glossy. It really looks good when you do the double layer, and it also looks especially good when you do the actual personalization, because the matte is kind of a flat, and then it lets this silver just pop through. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to apply these first. Then from there you can post any comments, questions, and then I will actually, if we have enough interest, which I'm going to do it no matter what, because I feel that I could sell these worldwide to whoever is an MV user. But I will end up posting the link, once I get the eBay listing up. There's a lot to add into the listing to show people like how it's going to be done, what they can order, how they're going to, choose their lettering. I have thousands of fonts, so you'll be able to pick many different fonts. Today is the Batman theme. This is the Batman Forever font. But easy to apply. You just got to take your time. Price-wise, before we apply these, you're going to be looking at, for a pair of 2 of these with a personalization, I'm going to do for about $13.95. If you want to do the double layer with a special logo of some sort, Superman, Batman, Honda symbol, whatever you guys want to do, these will run for about $19.95, and that's with free shipping, so you don't got to worry about the shipping. Now, if you are worldwide, there is going to be some shipping cost, because if I were to ship to the UK, it can cost anywhere from $12 to $13, and then I'm basically losing out. So we could talk about that later. But with this one, you can see it doesn't look like this other decal. That's because it does have a masking tape on top, which helps transfer the decal. Because this isn't one you can just peel, because as you can see in the D and the B and the R and the O, those pieces, if I peel just off of just this backing paper, those aren't going to come with it. So I need to kind of lift those and use this masking to transfer. Now, like I said, you don't have to be a professional to apply these, but you do have to take your time. So right now, basically, I'm just peeling this back, making sure that the whole decal comes onto the transfer tape, which it did. From here, it's all about alignment. Once this is on there, it pretty much tacks down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look through the actual part where the Numark symbol is, and I want to get that Numark symbol as dead on as possible, which I feel I did a really good job. So I'm going to go ahead and hold that down, and I'm just going to thumb down the left side first. I don't want any air pockets, so I'm just going to lightly make sure that side's down. You don't want to do both sides at once, because you could get those creases. And then with this side, I'm going to kind of do the same. Now you might get some air pockets once you peel this off. I would recommend leaving this sit. Maybe use a credit card to kind of just make sure it's all down on there. But you can let it sit for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and peel, since I do this on cars and stuff on a daily basis. I'm going to find a point where it's pretty well tacked down. I'm going to start from the corner now. I'm going to peel very slow, because I don't want the decal to come with the transfer tape. Just nice and slow. If you see it start to lift, just kind of push it down. On the Numark symbol, I was off by like a hair. Literally a hair. But it's not going to make it look any worse. You're just going to have a little bit showing through. Now, that's bubble free just because I took my time. It was nice and slow. So now I'm just fingering around the edges, making sure it's all laid down around the edges, which it is. And there you go. Custom DJ Brock platter. Matte black. The silver shines through very well on that. Sorry for my bad camera work. There you go. You can personalize your names on there. I think that looks cool. Like I said, many different fonts you can use to do that. And just take your time. If you do order these from me, take your time. You can see right here I was a hair off. But no one will notice. It looks really good. So now let's switch gears and switch sides. Get to this one. I don't know why I let my kid touch these platters sometimes after they've just ate dinner. It's okay though, I got the pro coverage. Anything ever happens to this thing, Guitar Center is going to replace it. From here, very simple. We're basically going to take your first layer. Like I said, I have over 18 different colors. So if you wanted to do the black and you wanted the Batman symbol to be purple or you want it to be yellow, I can do that. But this is a matte white. Matte, I only offer in the black and in the white. So if you were to order any other color, you would have to order something glossy. This is going to be a lot easier because I can see where it sits into the edge. From there, same thing. All you want to do is take your thumb and start to smooth out all the areas. These are going to apply much faster just because you can actually see what you're doing. You don't have to worry about the transfer tape. So there that is. It's on there pretty well. Finger the corners. Make sure those are down. I do have this one little bubble right here, but like I said, you can use your thumb or a credit card. It's just an air pocket with a little pressure. You can either lay it down or it'll force its way out. So there's that. And then now off to this one. Now, with decals, when you put a decal on a decal, they will tack down to each other very well. So with the Batman symbol, we're going to go ahead and be very gentle. Make sure you're peeling it off the backing slow too, since it's missing so much in the middle. You don't want to rip one of your wings or something like that. So same process. If you want, you can kind of lift it up, kind of like this. So when you're lining this up, you don't have to worry about the bottom tacking down. Tacks down, you can kind of just peel it back up very gently if you didn't align it right the way you wanted it to. I'm going to start with the bottom because the top was just a little shaky today. I'm not doing a very good job of lining up. It's my first time applying these, by the way. So I'll just go ahead and stick with this just because it looks alright. Like I said, you don't gotta be perfect. You know, lay the bottom down first and you kind of just want to let the rest follow. Just like so. So I just let it all kind of fall. Now I'm just going to work on getting the rest of it laid down. Use your thumb to kind of work bubbles. On these ones, when you have the inner part cut out, you want to work the bubble towards that direction. It's pretty good. Just make sure your outer edge is laid down well. Get that bubble out of there. Now I'm just going to finger the edge to make sure it's all laid down, like so. There you go, Batman platter. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So there you go. Got your custom platters. Batman, DJ Brock. Like I said, let me know what you guys think. Just something you got to take your time on if you do order them. You know, that's my first time applying, and I felt I did a very, very good job. But I'm sure what you guys want to see is me actually remove it. So, here we go. Just find the edge that I feel most comfortable peeling. Go slow, you don't want to rip your platter off. Throw it away if you want. Brand new, back to square root. Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon. Enjoy.